Speaking of doctors, we have one right now, and we're doing this in a tech way as our Tech Thursday continues this hour. We're taking a look at different devices and how they can cause pain and strain, especially from how we might hold them and, more importantly, how we can not fall into that trap. So joining me now, VSI spine surgeon, Dr. Colin Haines. And I brought along a couple of the devices that I use here. First of all, this one controls where our teleprompter is so that we can know where to look. And then, of course, we're familiar with cell phones and laptops, and you have a tablet with you as well. It's part of our daily life. These are things that we use every day. But if we use them the wrong way, it can cause some problems.
Yeah, there's this thing called tech neck that we see, and what's happening is people, especially younger people, 20s, 30s, even in their teens, are having more and more neck pain. The reason for that is we're staring at our tablets, we're staring at our screens all day long. It's a hard habit to break. I completely understand that, but it's very tough because the more we look down and stare forward, we actually squish the discs. They're the shock absorbers of the spine.
So we are, as you can see right now, typically we're looking down at things as opposed to looking straight out. I'm going to close my device here for just a second. I think we've gotten the point. If we do that, as we're looking down, what's happening back here?
Yeah, so what we're doing is the discs, which are the shock absorbers of the spine, get squished. Now, over a short period of time, that's totally fine. Over a long period of time, that can result in repetitive injuries. Not only that, stretches the muscles in the back of the neck, so it's kind of 0 for 2 in that respect.
But this is something that we've seen, and anybody is susceptible to this, of course. You're seeing a lot of this with Gen Z as well, because they grew up with these devices, right? So I would think typically in your career field, you wouldn't see as many younger people. Maybe it would be people who are older that are, developing more back issues, neck issues, but you're seeing more younger people.
We're seeing more younger people. We're seeing more people have to call out from work because of pain. We're seeing more people with actual structural changes on their images, like X-rays and MRIs, which is certainly a trend we don't like to see.
Wow. All right, so what are some easy fixes that we can do to make sure that we're doing things the right way and we're not squishing everything as much as we are?
It's tough. It's not easy, but look more upright. The way I like to think about it, staring at the ground all day is not good. Looking up at the sky all day is not good. Really looking level, straight out with the horizon is ideal. So if you're using your cell phone, looks kind of weird, feels a little funky early, try to hold it upright. It's a little hard on the elbows. Sometimes if you're at a desk, prop your elbows up on a desk. If you're at bed, put your elbows up on one of those big pillows that you don't actually sleep on that just looks good for decoration.
Right.
But you can also have portable desks. There are these things called goosenecks where you can kind of clip it up to a monitor. Anything to elevate it upright is really preferable. So really up and out is what we want.
Yeah, they say don't use the phones in bed. Don't hold it over your head because it'll fall on your face. I've been there. We've all done that once or twice. But with the laptops, a lot of times they're on the desk, right? That makes it a little tough too. Is there anything that we can do aside from trying to, elevate or lower our chair? I don't know what works best there.
Laptops are a little bit tough. There's no getting around it. I have a tablet here, and one thing I like to do, I like to angle it back a bit. So even if it's low, if it's somewhat angled back, that helps you out. Another thing which I actually like
tilting the actual screen.
Tilt the screen. One thing that's probably even more preferable, if you can plug your laptop into a monitor and then raise that monitor up, that's much easier. It's always hard typing up high. You can still type low, but raise the screen high. Do that kind of plug-in. Almost think of the laptop like a portable keyboard. That's preferable.
Like you said, old habits are hard to break, and sometimes before we know it, we've got the pains. We're not feeling good. What are some easier ways we can deal with that?
Yeah, so a lot of times prevention's everything. And we can just prevent this, catch this early enough. It typically doesn't result in having some sort of structural problem like a disc herniation or something that requires a more, higher level treatment.
Right.
Now, the good news is if it gets to that point, we've got a lot of amazing, wonderful advanced technology. Something called stem cell therapy or regenerative medicine. Even if it comes to surgery, we've got disc replacement, which are these motion preserving devices. They're much, much more modern and much quicker getting people back to their normal lives.
Is there anything, and we'll just kind of wrap it up with this, is there anything, I guess, that would signal to us, before we get to that point of needing the advanced care, that we might want to change our habits? Is it just simply a pain that we feel in our neck or our back, or is there something else we should be looking for?
Usually it's a pain thing. I always like to say if something doesn't feel right, it may not be right. So don't put the onus on yourself. Get it checked out. Do some research, but feel free to get plugged in with one of your healthcare providers, have them take a look at your neck.
Makes sense. I appreciate you being here today. VSI spine surgeon, Dr. Colin Haines. Of course, you can go online, find all the information there, but I appreciate the help this morning. Hopefully it keeps everybody safe. I'm going to try to do the cell phone out here. We'll see how it goes. All right.